While Stanley Matthews is regarded as one of the greatest to have ever played the game, his trophy cabinet does a disservice to his career. Stanley Matthews' trophy cabinet in his playing career would only ever hold one major trophy, but it was a special one, the conclusion of one of the most romantic stories in the history of the beautiful game. This is a story of how Stanley Matthews won the FA Cup. Stanley Matthews began his career with hometown side Stoke City, and over the years became one of football's first superstars. He was England's poster boy, with his dazzling skills on the wing endearing him to fans across the world. In 1947, Matthews would move up north to join Blackpool. Matthews, now 32, was asked by manager Joe Smith if he would be able to keep going for a few more years. Matthews assured him there were no doubts about his longevity. Blackpool built a strong side around Matthews, as well as the likes of Stan Mortensen, Jimmy McIntosh and Alex Monroe, focusing on entertaining football. It almost paid off right away. Blackpool reached the FA Cup final in 1948, where they faced Matt Busby's Manchester United. The night before the final, Stanley Matthews won the inaugural Football Writers Association Player of the Year award. Blackpool led twice, but Manchester United overpowered them and won 4-2. It was heartbreak for Matthews, but it would not be his final chance. Matthews struggled with injury the next season, and although Blackpool were never title contenders over the next campaign, large crowds would still turn up to Bloomfield Road to see him in the flesh. The 1950-1951 season proved to be an impressive one for the Tangerines, as they stormed to a third-place finish in the top flight and were also back at Wembley. This time they would face Newcastle, and Blackpool were the favourites. Matthews hoped he could get second-time lucky. However, 2 quick-fire goals from Jackie Milburn meant it was the Magpies who took the trophy home, and Matthews once again fell short. Matthews would miss a great deal of the next campaign, and he spent time focusing on the hotel that he ran with his wife. Matthews was close to returning to Stoke, with a deal agreed in principle, but at the 11th hour, Joe Smith intervened. He gave a speech to Matthews where he told him an FA Cup winners' medal was still a possibility, and that even though Matthews was 37, his best football was still to come. Blackpool entered the next season hoping that they could finally get their hands on the famous trophy. Blackpool started their FA Cup run with a 2-1 win over Sheffield Wednesday. This was followed by a 1-0 win over Huddersfield, before a replay victory over Southampton saw them into the quarter-finals. They defeated Arsenal before emerging victorious over Tottenham in the semi-finals to seal their place in the third final. Neutrals across the country were cheering on Blackpool, hoping that they could finally see Matthews get his hands on the FA Cup. Many felt that with Matthews now at the age of 38, it was his last chance. Blackpool would play fellow Lancastrians Bolton at Wembley. Around 100,000 people were in attendance, with approximately 10 million estimated to be watching on TV, and even more tuning in on the radio. The teams took to the field, with Matthews praying he would be third time lucky. However, it soon seemed as though his dreams would be dashed once again. Only 2 minutes in, Nat Lofthouse gave Bolton the lead. Lofthouse would almost double Bolton's advantage, but in the 35th minute, Stan Mortensen levelled the scores to give Matthews and all those neutrals cheering him on hope. But the hope was soon quenched when Bolton retook their lead when William Moir put them back in front 4 minutes later. Bolton went in at half-time 2-1 ahead. Blackpool re-emerged for the second half, hoping to turn the game around and give the story its fairy tale ending. But Eric Bell would score for Bolton 10 minutes into the second half, and it seemed as though the dream was dead once and for all. However, Matthews was unfazed and decided to take matters into his own hands. In the 68th minute, he ran rings around the Bolton defenders on the right-hand side before chipping it into the box. The Bolton goalkeeper fumbled it, and Mortensen got a touch to trickle it over the line. It was 3-2, and Blackpool were not dead yet. The clock was running out, but Matthews' desire was not. Blackpool parried for an equaliser, and in the 89th minute, Matthews was brought down outside the Bolton box. Stan Mortensen would take the resulting free kick. Mortensen blasted it into the top corner to complete his hat-trick, and Blackpool were level. They had risen from the ashes and were destined to take the final into extra time, or so it seemed. In the dying seconds, Matthews once again had the ball on the right-hand side. Facing a Bolton defender, he performed his trademark feint before squaring it into the middle. And there to meet it was William Perry. Perry slotted it home, and Blackpool were in front. Full time soon followed, and for the first time ever, Blackpool and Stanley Matthews were FA Cup winners. Blackpool celebrated as people across the country adored the scenes of Matthews winning the famous trophy. He held his winner's medal high in the air so that his late father could see it. The 1953 FA Cup final has commonly been referred to as the Matthews Final due to Stanley Matthews' performance. However, it is a title that Matthews has rejected, as he felt it was the other Stanley, Stan Mortensen, who truly deserved the plaudits due to his hat-trick. Nonetheless, the victory would not have been possible without Matthews, as his determination and skills helped the dreams of himself and the Tangerines finally come true. The final was a key moment for the FA Cup. Due to the amount of people who tuned into the game, the FA Cup was given a standalone spot and broadcast in full on both TV and radio from then on. To date, Stan Mortensen remains the only player to have netted a hat-trick in an FA Cup final. Stanley Matthews had many great moments during his career, but winning the FA Cup at the third time of asking in such dramatic style is without a doubt the finest moment in his illustrious career, and the 1953 FA Cup final is still seen by many as the greatest in the tournament's history.